Episode 27. Private Aviation Security, Ensuring Safe Travel for Executives. Protecting high-profile individuals in the skies. Welcome to Executive Protection Insights, the podcast where we break down the most pressing security challenges facing high-profile individuals today. I'm your host, Liam, and in today's episode, we're taking a deep dive into private aviation security, one of the most overlooked yet critical areas of executive protection. Flying private is often seen as the gold standard for security-conscious individuals, but in reality, private aviation presents a unique set of security vulnerabilities. These risks require specialized countermeasures to ensure that corporate executives, dignitaries, and high-net-worth individuals can travel safely and discreetly. What we'll cover today: the biggest security threats in private aviation, lessons from real-world security failures, the importance of FBO security assessments, cyber threats and aircraft hijacking risks, practical security protocols to mitigate threats. Whether you're a security professional, a corporate risk manager, or an aviation industry insider, this episode will give you real-world strategies to strengthen your private aviation security protocols. Let's get started. The unique threats in private aviation. When most people think of aviation security, they imagine long TSA lines, baggage screening, and the tight security of major commercial airports. Private aviation operates in a very different security environment, one with fewer regulations, weaker access control, and higher risk of insider threats. Let's break down the biggest risks. 1. Unsecured fixed-base operators, FBOs. What's the risk? Unlike major airports, FBOs, fixed-base operators, operate with little oversight and can have gaps in security protocols. Real-world example. In 2018, a private jet at an FBO in London was breached by a man posing as a technician. He had access to the aircraft for over 45 minutes before being noticed. Security solutions. Conduct FBO security audits before booking flights. Require a perimeter security check before a VIP's arrival. Ensure private boarding areas remain under surveillance. 2. Insider threats. Pilots, crew, and ground personnel. What's the risk? Private aviation relies on smaller, close-knit teams, making it easier for an insider to go unnoticed. Real-world example. In 2020, a private pilot was arrested for leaking flight itineraries of a high-profile tech CEO. His intel was sold to paparazzi and potential stalkers, exposing the executive to multiple security breaches. Security solutions. Vet all crew and ground staff thoroughly. Implement secure, encrypted communication channels for flight details. Limit access to sensitive travel data. 3. Cybersecurity threats in private aviation. What's the risk? Most modern private jets have Wi-Fi, GPS navigation, and digital flight systems, all of which can be hacked. Real-world example. In 2015, a cybersecurity researcher successfully hacked a commercial aircraft's Wi-Fi system mid-flight, proving that an attacker could remotely control a jet's avionics. Security solutions. Use encrypted communication systems for flight planning. Disable Wi-Fi and unnecessary network connections during travel. Conduct cyber audits on private aircraft software. Case studies in private aviation security failures. Let's take a closer look at real-world aviation security failures and what they teach us about executive protection in the air. Case study number 1. The Dassault Falcon jet breach, 2018. What happened? A private Dassault Falcon jet was boarded by unauthorized maintenance personnel just minutes before takeoff. Why was this a security failure? There were no crew identity checks before boarding. The aircraft had been left unattended overnight. Lessons for EP teams. Always conduct final passenger verification before takeoff. Secure aircraft doors when not in use. Case study number 2. The attempted hijacking of a private jet, 2021. What happened? A disgruntled former employee attempted to board a corporate jet, posing as a technician. Why was this a security failure? The FBO did not verify his credentials. The individual had access to restricted areas. Lessons for EP teams. Ensure all ground personnel are verified before takeoff. Conduct background checks on former employees with past access. FBO security assessments. The first layer of protection. The first security checkpoint for any private flight is the Fixed Base Operator, FBO. FBOs are where executives board their aircraft, clear customs, and interact with aviation personnel. But here's the issue. Most FBOs don't have standardized security measures, leaving critical gaps in protection. 1. What should EP teams assess at an FBO? Access control. Are the FBO's entry points secured and monitored? Is there a verification process for all personnel entering the hangar? Perimeter security. Is the FBO fenced and protected with cameras? Are security patrols conducted regularly? Passenger and crew verification. Are all passengers and flight crew properly vetted before boarding? Is there a background check policy for new staff? Baggage and cargo security. Is luggage screened for contraband? Are flight manifests finalized before takeoff? The future of private aviation security. Private aviation security is evolving, but so are the threats. What will security teams need to focus on in the next decade? 1. Biometric passenger verification. What's changing? Some private airports are testing facial recognition boarding procedures. Why this matters? Reduces passport fraud and identity misrepresentation. 2. AI-powered threat detection. What's changing? Advanced FBOs are now integrating AI-powered surveillance systems. Why this matters? AI can detect unauthorized access in real time. Closing thoughts. Why private aviation security must evolve. To wrap up, let's go over today's key takeaways. FBO security assessments must be standard practice. Cybersecurity threats to private jets are real and increasing. Insider threats from pilots, crew, and FBO staff remain a significant risk. Advanced surveillance, biometric verification, and AI security will be the future of aviation security. By implementing these strategies, EP teams can ensure that VIPs remain safe in the skies. That's it for today's episode of Executive Protection Insights. If you're looking to elevate your EP strategies, tools like AdvanceWork can make a significant difference. Visit advancework.app to learn more or request a demo today.
Thank you for joining me for this episode of Executive Protection Insights. If you found this discussion valuable, please subscribe and share it with your network. Until next time, stay vigilant, stay prepared, and remember, preparation saves lives.